my channel. I'm Emma and this is my sewing channel, So Do It Emma. So this is where I talk all about fabric, sewing patterns and above all sewing. And so if you're here for that content, you've come to the right place. I'm going to give a huge thank you to everyone who's given me a shout out, mention over the last couple of months, because I've found a lot more subscribers coming to my channel, so that's awesome. So if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed or checked if you're subscribing or not, please do subscribe. It would be lovely to have you here. We're getting to the 1k mark almost. We're nearly at 900, so it's just like, oh yeah, it would be lovely to have you. Recently I know Sew for Serenity's mentioned me, Liz the baker who sews, or that the baker that sews. I know Ruan's mentioned me a few times, and Michelle sews again, so thank you all. If I've forgotten to mention you and you watch my channel, thank you, and you've mentioned me, thank you. Yes, so yeah, I'm here to chat about the sewing tools. In my second last video, it's the some of my favourite sewing tools. got there and then some of my favourite sewing tools, and a couple of you asked if I could do a wee video for the seam allowance circles from Generates, also the glue stick and the labels and the chalk pens. So I'm going to do little videos. This is kind of the first time that I've kind of done something like this, so bear with me. But first I'm going to tell you what I'm going to wear in today. I put on my little love heart earrings because it's Valentine's weekend. Me and my hubby don't really celebrate Valentine's. I think we've only been out, I think maybe one of our first Valentine meals. We went to I think it was Thailand restaurant or Thai restaurant, which was really nice. I don't remember fondly where it was. It was just from the Usher Hall in Edinburgh, so it was a corner Thai restaurant, and it was very nice. But yeah, I could feel it was like quite cheesy, because maybe that was my kind of proper first Valentine's meal with anyone. So we've never really celebrated it since. So, but I've got my little heart earrings on just for you guys. Say it's Galentine's because it is Sunday when I'm recording this. And I've finally made this fabric into a sweater. Now I've had this fabric for maybe three and a half years. It's a stuff, really lovely fleece sweater, stuff fabrics, and I think I got this from First for Fabrics, and I was in a conundrum whether to use some cuffing. I had a couple of bits of white cuffing, but it just wasn't the right white, and one had a stripe on it, and I was like, I don't know if the pink, it was a light pink and this mauve, and I was like, because the stripe was light pink and this was mauve, and I was like, it's just not going to work. And then I had some creamy ribbing, and it just wasn't, it was just like too creamy for this. This is off-white, but it's still quite white. If that makes sense. So I've made the Jarrah, and I've used the same fabric for the neckband, the cuffs and the hemband, and I'll pop in pictures. So this is my little Valentine's outfit for you. I'm just wearing joggers underneath, nothing really controversial. So there we go. Okay, so let's get into the sewing tool video, and yeah, I'll speak to you on the other side. So I've got Generate's seam allowance circles here. Now they come in different seam allowances. I've not really come across many patterns with 3 or 4 or even 2 centimetre seam allowance circles. So I'm just going to pop them to the side, or even 0.5. That's a bit small. So I have come across quite a lot of seam allowances for the 1.5 or the 1 centimetre. I got these seam circles purely because I know Fibre Mood magazine patterns, they don't come with any seam allowance, or at least they didn't. I'm not quite sure, I've not checked if they've changed that or not, but I'm quite sure that they haven't. So I asked for these for my birthday, no, actually Christmas, sorry. And husband came through and got them for me, so very happy. I know that there's a video on jenhog.co.uk, you can see that right there, and she's got more tips as well over there as well. So I'm just gonna do a really simple, hopefully, description on how to use them. So I'm just going to pop this to the side. Now, I've made this before. Oh, sorry, camera shaking. Before we got started. So I've traced off the pattern and I've graded it out from a size 22 to a size 28. This is just a pure diagram. So usually in a dress pattern I would go from 20, 22 given the ease or negative ease we'll say, and then I'll grade out to round about a 28 or 30 for my butt and tummy. So I think Fibre Mood patterns are 1 centimetre. If I'm wrong, I'll update that on the screen for you. But what to do is you put it on the line that you've traced. There's a lot of tracing on Fibre Mood patterns, so I'm thinking this will hopefully help me with the seam allowance. So now that I've graded it out, I've got the wide pencil tip and I'm just following the circle round, and that is your 1 centimetre new line that you cut out. You don't cut out this line, you've given yourself a centimetre allowance there. So I hope that helps. There's a smaller tip if you've got a really narrow pencil or pen, and that's for the S, and the W is for the wide tip when you're tracing out. So I hope that helps on that one. So unfortunately my Clover pen went through the wash. I forgot I had it in my pocket, and it kind of worked at the beginning when I was testing out for the video, and then it decided to not do it. There's plenty of chalk and it seems to be dry, so I'm not quite sure what's happened. So I will show you the other chalk pen, which is the Kohl one. I got this from Amazon, so it is really good because you get so many different colours with it, and you can get a prim one as well. prim do them as well. So if you've got a really good fabric shop with a decent haberdashery and they do prim section, do have a look out for them. They do a really thin chalk pen as well. I've not got that to hand, unfortunately. I think it's downstairs. But they do a really thin pen, and they do the refills as well. They are on the wee bit of a pricey side, but these last brilliantly. So they're really easy to refill. Basically, you get another colour. Let's go for green, because it's light green, and you hold it up. You hold it at the tip end where my thumb is to open it. That's that. To open it, you pop the nib down and it's in. And then to bring it back out slightly, you just hit where the top of it is, and you can keep your thumb on that nib, and there we go, you have that. So let's say if there was a dart here, that's the dart point, and you just get a ruler and make a straight line, and then there you go. So that would be on the wrong side of the fabric, and then you would be able to do your dart that way. And I find it is a really precise way to get the dart point. Now, I really want to show you how to use this glue pen. They've got refills as well, so they come with a pen and a refill, the first one, and then you can get 2 refills in a pack as well. I got this from Little Rosy Treats, but I believe you could probably find them on eBay as well, or any good fabric shop. So basically, take the top off, and this might need, get your glue. And what I do is I always put a wee bit on the inside just to stabilise it when I'm sewing it. And then, because I want this to stick on the seam, I would do like that. Now, I give it a minute or so it's just dried in a wee bit, so it doesn't move a wee bit, and then all you do is sew. I tend to zigzag the edge, or try and put it into a seam. I hope that's helped. So I hope that's helped and given you some in-depth detail. I will try and get a little video when the Clover pen decides to work, and I'll link it in another video to link in with this video, I hope. So yeah, I hope you have a lovely Valentine's and Galentine's Day, and I'll speak to you very, very soon. Just before I go, if you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing. And I do have a Ko-fi account where you could help keep content coming. It does help me fund my channel with goodies. So without further ado, have a great day, have a great week. I hope to be back during the week at some point. Can't say when, probably be Friday for another Friday sews. I've got some things that I'm accumulating, like fabric, and a couple of patterns that I've recently purchased. So yeah, look out for that. I've went and dropped an earring. I'm lopsided. So yeah, so Thank you for watching. Have a great week.